Patrick Brandenburg for North Carolina State University and Turf Bugs and Rock and Roll. And every year in the fall in the eastern half of the United States, and I mean the eastern half, just not east of the Mississippi, we get a pest called the green June beetle grub, and in California and some other areas west they get a very closely related species. And in the fall we see the ground loosened up, we sometimes see animals coming in digging away at them, and we oftentimes wonder where this problem came from. And it's the green June beetle grub. These are really big grubs. They're the size of your finger. Dave Shetler at Ohio State, I think, coined the term land shrimp. They're very large, and they tunnel near the surface and they loosen the soil all up and they come out at night. And you can control them kind of after the fact easily with an insecticide, rather inexpensively with something like Carbaryl, which still in some cases has the trade name 7. But then they all die on the surface, and with grubs this large that are pretty good size, you can have dead grubs all over the place, and it makes for a real unsightly, smelly sort of a mess. So a lot of people don't like that. Well, what you can do is be a little more proactive on the situation. And in July and August and even early September, if you see these metallic green shiny beetles flying around near the turf surface, or see them crawling on the turf surface, those are the adults. If you see a lot of those, that means you're going to have a problem come September, October. So you can take a preventive approach and treat during the middle of the summer with one of the approved white grub insecticides. Another thing that causes this pest to be more problematic is simply when you have a lot of organic matter, a lot of thatch, or perhaps if you're using organic fertilizers at a time when the beetles are flying, it will make this area much more attractive. Because rather than feeding extensively on the root system, they like to feed on decaying organic matter in general. So the use of organic fertilizers when the beetles are present will attract them to the site, and just high organic matter in the soil or a lot of thatch may make the area more attractive. So by taking good agronomic practices or avoiding the use of organic fertilizers at a time when the beetles are flying can also help reduce the likelihood of the problem. But the reality is, most of the time we see this after the fact. We sometimes see these dark purple or black wasps with yellow spots on each side that are ominous looking, flying around. Those are actually predators, parasites, looking for the grubs so that they can sting them and lay eggs on them. But this is a problem, and what happens so many times, we don't seem to learn from it and realize that it was actually 2 to 3 months earlier when we should have done something about the problem. And these have a tendency to occur in the same areas over and over again. They have a tendency to show us that they're going to happen by the number of green June beetle grubs flying around on the turf in the middle of the summer. So they give us some clues up front, and then we can take some rather cost-effective preventive approaches. Hope that helps. Look forward to seeing you again next time. And I've never tried eating these, but perhaps they really are land shrimp. See you next time.